Hi, welcome to SBR Sports Picks. I'm Peter Loshak. Sitting next to me is Mike Brenner. This is the NBA Odds Couple show for Monday, May 16th. OKC Golden State Game 1 is what we're going to be analyzing today. Then we're going to get some opinions on Jordan Sharp for possible prop betting value. Mike Brenner, you've just had a great read on all these series, all these games. The Toronto one, you got a little unlucky. You liked it at -1.5
on the first quarter. Yeah.
But in retrospect, they covered the half. They blew them out in the game. You were on the right side there, Mike Brenner. Not quite as awesome a pick as your OKC pick, but still a great call on the Game 7 with Toronto, right?
Well, I just felt it, and Dragic was running around crazy, but Wade, you could see he was just finally getting tired, and they were missing the big man, Volusionis, but Heat were missing Whiteside, and that was the difference. That ended up hurting them more than it did for Toronto.
Well, you had another great read on that one, and let's see what you can tell us about OKC.
26-10 out of the last 36, Pete, so I'm feeling good going into this game today. I'm feeling really good about it.
26-10 over your last 36.
NBA playoff picks.
That's amazing. I'm probably like 14-18 over my last 32 or something like that, Mike.
Hey, let's just...
I'm kidding you around. I've actually been okay in the playoffs.
You're doing very well, and you're doing very good on your tweets, by the way.
That's right.
So I'm sure
Twitter is where all my good picks go on at Peter Loshak. All right, OKC Golden State Game 1, Golden State -7.5. Total is 223.5. Curry, is playing. He's doing all right. He said that he's playing through pain. His knee isn't that improved, but that he's playing through pain. Now, when I see a guy playing through pain, they've got some pain-killing drugs that'll blow your mind.
There's no doubt about it. Without that, they wouldn't be playing. Trust me, Pete.
Exactly. So when Curry says he's his knee's in pain, that's when he's sitting on his couch during the game. I think we can assume he's going to be 100%, right?
Well, we can, but I also like what Jordan Sharp and yourself, we had talked about last week. The game plan for OKC has got to include Westbrook running crazy, so Curry is just running constantly up and down the court, not just offensively, but defensively. Let's get that knee swollen a little bit. Let's get it to where he's feeling it, and I think it's a good game plan to initiate.
But they're probably going to put Klay Thompson on Westbrook,
right?
Well,
either way, they're going to switch up. There's going to be some switches made, but whoever it is, somebody's going to be chasing him, and he's going to have to chase somebody all over the place. So.
All right. Well,
I'm a little shocked at the line. I thought it might be coming out at about 5.5. I was not expecting.
I'm sure some people would agree with you. OKC, the best rebounding team in the NBA by far, right?
Well, there's no doubt. They're just getting better and better by each game. All right, Andrew Bogut, who really doesn't impress me on this team anyway, he's a contributor. From what I'm gathering, he's going to be out. Festus Ezell's going to get the start, which is something he's not so used to. Draymond Green, he rolled his ankle Saturday. He's more concerned with the way that the other team got in his head, and he got 4 technicals. He had 4 technicals in that series.
Sure.
That's when you got to stop hurting your team. You got to think about the team instead of yourself, for real. But I don't think Draymond Green's going to have a great series. I think the big men are going to match up well against them, and I'm fired up for this one, Pistol Pete.
All right. Well, we previewed this series with Jordan Sharp before, and you and Jordan Sharp both gave the opinion that OKC is going to be stronger here than the market's giving credit for. You gave the opinion that maybe they had some value on their, just to win the series at plus 350, plus 400, or to win in 6. Yeah. So maybe we can extrapolate from that you think that OKC getting 7.5. OKC out-rebounded Golden State in the regular season as well, but Golden State still won all 3 games.
They won all 3, but do you know all 3 of those games in the fourth quarter, they were tight, if not tied, and then Golden State separated themselves. But I think adjustments big time have been made on the OKC side. Golden State, they can't make any adjustments get any better. What they've had to adjust to is all these injuries they've been getting hit with. So with that being said, I still think OKC comes in here quietly. I like the first quarter. I got it +3, and that's where I'm cashing my ticket tonight, Pistol Pete.
Okay, so you like OKC on the first quarter?
On the first quarter +3, I think they're going to come out early, and they're going to say, okay, here we are, all right? And I think Golden State's at home. They got that little comfort, a little banged up.
Did you get +3? Because the half I'm seeing is 4.5.
Absolutely, and +3 almost across the board.
Really?
At every line.
Wow.
One was 2.5, absolutely.
So why don't you like OKC +7.5 on the full game?
I'm cashing early, baby. I'm cashing early. I'm going to enjoy this game as a fan.
So you like the first quarter, but you're not necessarily liking the full game.
I'm not talking off of it, but no, for the first game, I'm going with this strategy. All right, because if for some reason Golden State does pull away, then next game is where I'm really going to have a good feel. I'm feeling this first game out, but I think the first quarter +3, Pistol Pete. I think Westbrook and company are going to come out early and say, let's show them we know what we're doing.
First quarter +3, first half +4.5.
I'm not touching that first half. Pistol Pete, I'm telling you, I'm cashing one spot tonight.
All right,
first quarter.
I'm telling you what I'm going to do for this game. I've learned.
Tell us all.
I've learned my lesson, right? I have a good read on our shows now. I'm telling you, buddy.
Okay.
I'm telling you for the pick. OKC +3 first quarter.
Yeah.
And that's just a blind tale of Mike Brenner.
Now, I was thinking when I saw the total, I was thinking total's Loshak over here. He might break this thing down, and it could lead to an under.
Yeah,
What were your
I'm
thoughts?
definitely leaning under for sure. I haven't had a great read. I haven't had a great read on the Golden State totals in the playoffs so far. We saw their games against Houston. You know, a lot of those games went under. They were a lot lower scoring. You know, I'm definitely leaning under. Definitely leaning in the first half under at 115. You know what? I will give it. I'll give the first half under 115.
Kind of like that too, because I think, you know, Curry, even though he's going to have, as you said, the best drugs that world can offer, it's going to take a little while. I think he might be a little slow starting out. I don't see any sharp shooting from Golden State right out of the rip.
And
now,
they might look. And then Golden State's got to be respecting OKC. They might be, feeling each other out over the first.
I got news for you. Steve Kerr didn't sleep good last night. He's going, wait a minute, we got a thunderstorm coming into town. And
on the other hand, these two teams can score 115 when they start getting.
I know.
These guys could put up a 65-point quarter, no problem.
Wow, they could.
You know what I mean?
But, hey, Pete, I don't know, man. I just think that defense is doing some special things for OKC, and they're going to want to impart that defense tonight in Game 1. They want to let OKC wants to let Golden State know real quick, here's our plan, here's how you're going to have to play us, because here's how we're playing you. I don't think they're going to try to bring that into the series as it goes along. I don't think they can afford to. They need to take this momentum they have, and it's huge. It's huge. They just blew out, all right, a very, very good team. So they need to take this momentum and get it started early, crank it up. I'm fired up.
Well, maybe some of the best ways, aside from telling Mike Brenner to bet this one, might be with props. Jordan Sharp, how you doing? OKC Golden State Game 1, very exciting, right, Jordan Sharp? Are there any props you're looking forward to?
I'm looking forward to this series in general, fellas. I think this is going to be a great one. But yeah, there's a couple of guys, maybe even team or game props that I'm looking at here for tonight's game as well that could have some really good value. We talked about it, kind of leaning on the under, Pete. I could sense it. Yeah. I could sense it from you. You think this is going to be a physical series? Because some free throw props might be in order, because I think OKC is going to try to bang this team up as much as possible, because they're not going to be able to get in a running match with them. So maybe some free throw props, maybe some Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green free throw props, leaning towards those right now. Speaking of guys we talked about already, in that video we did on the Thunder earlier, Andre Iguodala is looking really nice. If he gets playing time, which he was injured, I think, for one of these games, or got hurt, tried to play and was hurt and had to come out or something in one of the last games, but he played very well when he got the minutes against this team too. So I'm looking at maybe some points props for him. If he's under 10 points for his total, really liking Andre Iguodala on this one. And also, I think that Russell Westbrook has the ability to dish out some assists tonight. He has 48 assists in his last 4 games against this team. If it's an up and down game, that's going to help. I'm afraid it might be a little slower pace, maybe a little bit more defensive oriented at the beginning here. Both teams a little bit rested, but kind of going to look at those numbers. If he's around 10.5 assists tonight, might take a small overplay on his assists tonight as well, but going to use this one to feel it out tonight. But I'm kind of thinking that it could be a little bit more of a slower pace game, so I'm a little bit worried about a couple of these plays, but we'll check it out. Make sure you check out the article video series later on this afternoon.
And I would imagine that injuries plays a big part in the way that you pick your prop bets. Is that correct?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
What do you think? What do you think about his analysis?
I like it. Yeah. I think it makes nothing but good sense. And I also, I think they could get into a running game later. I think what Jordan said, slowly they're going to get into this thing. So, Sharp, I like it, buddy. I like it.
All right, so I'm going to be on first quarter +3, blind tail of Mike Brenner. Do you think I should go official with this under first half?
Pull the trigger, Pistol Pete. It's Game 1. Come on now.
Okay, I'll do it just for shits and giggles. I mean, the worst I can be here is
shits and giggles.
Right. The worst
I don't shit and giggle with my money.
I do. I shit and giggle. The worst I can be is 1-1. I'll cash the first quarter. Maybe I'll lose the first half. That's okay, right?
No, it's not. Losing's not an option today, baby. Let's pound it. Let's beat it. First quarter, beat that book. Go Thunder.
First quarter
start
+3.
early.
I'm loving it, Mike Brenner. And we will be back tomorrow for the Tuesday card.
I'm fired up, Pistol Pete.